When it comes to luxury sports cars, you can hardly do better than a Lamborghini. Although one usually costs over $100,000, Lamborghini continues to sell thousands of units worldwide. In 2020 alone, the company sold over 5,000 Lamborghini units, including over 1,700 units of the prestigious Lamborghini Urus. By the way, the Lamborghini Urus start at a hefty $272,000. The company is also worth a stunning $12 billion. But where did it all start for this company? That's the aim of today's video. Today, we look at how a poor mechanic's work ethic would lead him to create one of the greatest automobile empires of the 20th century. Ferruccio Lamborghini started out as a simple, poor farm mechanic from the lowly town of Rennazo. However, his love for all things automobiles would lead him to create one of the best sports cars of the 20th century. Ironically, another mega automaker who Ferruccio personally admired told him to focus on his tractors. And just like fuel, those words would drive Ferruccio to build the great Automobili Lamborghini. On the 28th of April 1916, the young Ferruccio Elio Arturo Lamborghini was born to his viticulturalist parents, Antonio and Evelina, in the town of Rennazo di Cento, province of Ferrara. They were from the Emilia-Romagna region of northern Italy, which was famous for its automobile history. Ferruccio's parents worked hard at the family's vineyard, where they made wines, but from a young age, it was clear to see that Ferruccio's passion didn't lie in farming. Rather, Ferruccio was fascinated by automobiles. While his parents worked hard on the farm, Ferruccio would busy himself with fixing his father's tractors. This passion for automobiles would continue to burn strongly within him and would one day lead him to rival giant automobile makers in Italy. But for now, Ferruccio would have to pursue his passion in the Fratelli Taddea Technical Institute, which was close to Bologna. There, he would sharpen his skills fixing engines and other automobile parts. Towards the 1940s, after the beginning of the Second World War, Ferruccio was drafted into the Italian Air Force, where he was in charge of fixing vehicles and other automobile parts at the Italian military posts for the island of Rhodes. Ferruccio worked hard at his job and soon became the supervisor of the unit in charge of vehicle maintenance. By 1945, the war had come to an end and the British had seized the island. Lamborghini and other soldiers were taken as prisoners of war. And while there, the British had noticed his work ethic and his mechanical skills, and Ferruccio was put in charge of fixing military vehicles for the British. A year later, Lamborghini was released and he returned to his home in Italy. Soon after, tragedy struck and Ferruccio's wife died while giving birth to his first child, Tonio, in the year of 1947. Returning to his love of automobiles, Ferruccio opened a garage in Pieve di Cento, where he started repurposing old wartime vehicles into farm tractors and also fixing lorries and trucks. Ferruccio soon did something very interesting. He purchased an old Fiat Topolino, considered to be an Italian city car at the time. He then transformed the car into a two-seater open-top race car and then enlisted at the open-road motorsport endurance race called Mille Miglia, which means 1,000 miles. Ferruccio drove the car up to 680 miles before he crashed into a restaurant in Fiano, Turin. This experience scarred Ferruccio and he pledged never to race again or support racing in any form. The war had changed the economic situation in Italy, and as the Industrial Revolution raged on, Italy was now focused on revitalizing its agricultural and industrial sectors. Ferruccio then spotted a business opportunity that was inspired by a call from his father. Ferruccio's father had called and complained bitterly that he needed a new tractor for his farm work. Ferruccio extended this concern to all of Italy, and he believed that Italy's agricultural revitalization was dependent on the availability of agricultural vehicles. He pondered on it for a while, and soon enough, new ideas were born. Lamborghini Trattori was founded in 1948 in Cento, Italy, with the aim of building tractors for farmers in Italy. He started by purchasing military vehicles, engines, and other parts at giveaway prices and converting them into tractors. He started with a small garage and soon reached a production capacity of 1 tractor per month, but Lamborghini's tractors were good and business was favorable. Soon enough, Lamborghini began to expand. Meanwhile, Lamborghini worked hard, making sure that his tractors were the best in Italy, and this caused the demand for Lamborghinis to skyrocket. Soon enough, Lamborghini stopped using scrap metals and leftovers and was now building whole tractors from scratch. In 1949, Lamborghini's tractors were so good that Ferruccio began to organize local competitions to show the superior quality of his tractors. Thanks to his booming tractor business, Ferruccio Lamborghini had become one of the richest men in Italy at the time. His business had reached a production capacity of 200 tractors per month, and the business didn't look like it was slowing down. Ferruccio had also begun to invest in air conditioning systems and central heating systems, and by the 1950s, Ferruccio's wealth grew dramatically. True to his love of automobiles, Ferruccio began to collect high-end sports cars. Some notable cars in his collection included Mercedes SL300, Jaguar E-Type Coupe, 2 Maserati 3500 GTs. He also purchased 2 Ferrari 250 GT. Such was his love for sports cars that Ferruccio once remarked about the owner of Maserati, Adolfo Orsi. "He is a man whom I have a lot of respect for, because he had started life as a poor boy like myself, but I did not like his cars much. They felt heavy and did not really go very fast." This love for fast sports cars would soon lead Ferruccio to compete with some of the largest sports car manufacturers in Italy at the time. But for now, Ferruccio was content with driving his Ferrari 250 GT until he wasn't. The Ferrari 250 GT was a high-end 2-seat coupe grand touring sports car manufactured by the popular Italian automaker Enzo Ferrari. Ferrari made some of the best sports cars at the time, and being a lover of sports cars, Ferruccio Lamborghini had several Ferraris in his garage. While he personally admired the manufacturer, Ferruccio was particularly upset with Ferrari 250 GT. He complained about the clutch on his Ferraris, arguing that they were not high quality and needed constant repairs. He also considered Ferraris to be noisy. After taking the Ferrari back to the company for repairs on several occasions, Ferruccio decided one day to fix the clutch at his own factory. He was shocked when one of the engineers disassembled the vehicle and brought out a damaged clutch which seemed very similar to the clutch that Ferruccio used in his own tractors. Ferruccio was enraged, saying that "I pay for my tractor 10 lire for this part, and I paid Ferrari 1,000 lire for the same part." Ferruccio, being a hands-on man, decided to take up the case with the main man himself, Enzo Ferrari. The details of their particular meeting have been subject to much debate and rumors over the years. However, a longtime test driver, Valentino Balbani, who worked with Ferruccio, claimed that Ferruccio narrated the details of the meeting to him as follows. Ferruccio was having a meeting with Enzo Ferrari and he brought up the clutch issue. Ferruccio said, "You build your beautiful cars with my tractor parts?" Ferruccio then went on to complain about the noise and the frequent repairs. Enzo Ferrari's response was unexpected as he looked Ferruccio in the face and told him, "You are a tractor driver. You are a farmer. You shouldn't complain about driving my cars because they're the best cars in the world. Just focus on your tractors." A visibly angry Ferruccio replied, "Oh yes, I am a farmer, and I'll show you how to make a sports car, and I will do a sports car by myself to show you how a sports car has to be made." And that was the beginning of a dream to achieve, to create a sports car that would teach Ferraris what a sports car was meant to be. Ferruccio Lamborghini left the meeting with Enzo Ferrari that night with a new purpose. Just like he had done with his tractor business, he was going to build only the finest sports car. He began scheming on how to rival Ferrari in the sports automobile industry, and in May 1963, he founded another company, Automobili Lamborghini. 2 former employees of Ferrari, engineers Gianpaolo Diarra and Robert Wallace, soon joined the company to help with design and development. Within months, Ferruccio had already drawn up plans to build his first sports car, the Lamborghini 350 GTV. The car's development was handled by Lamborghini's chief engineer Gianpaolo Diarra, his assistant Paolo Stanzi, and test driver Bob Wallace. The car was a smashing success and was very well received in the 1963 Turin Auto Show. The car's success was so huge that it would go on to inspire the design of the next Lamborghini sports car model, the Lamborghini 350 GT, produced between 1964 and 1966. The Lamborghini 350 GT was what established Lamborghini as a dominant player and a direct rival to Ferrari in the sports car industry. Lamborghini then released another hit model in 1966, the Lamborghini Miura Sports Coupe. The Lamborghini Miura was one of the first supercars to feature a rear mid-engine two-seater layout. The Miura became a statement to the world that Lamborghini was now an authority in the production of sports cars. And with the Miura, Lamborghini rose to global success, the kind that established the Automobili Lamborghini business to a point where Ferruccio didn't need to actively take care of his tractor and air conditioning businesses. Unfortunately for Ferruccio, trouble was about to strike. By the early 1970s, Lamborghini received two large orders for tractors. One came from an importer in South Africa, and the other one came from the Bolivian military government. Ferruccio invested heavily in order to fulfill those orders and was expecting a big payoff when he was informed that the two orders had been canceled. The cancellation came as a big blow to Ferruccio as it plunged the tractor business into financial crisis. Lamborghini was unable to lay off any workers because his employees had unionized, and so he had to sell his stake in the tractor company to a rival. The troubles didn't end there. Automobili Lamborghini sales had slowed to a crawl, and the company was barely making any sales. In a bid to save the company he loved, Ferruccio sold 51% of his shares in Automobili Lamborghini to a wealthy Swiss friend and businessman, Jorge Henry Rossetti, for $600,000. While he had lost the controlling stake in the company, he continued to work at the company's factory. Then the 1973 oil crisis struck the world, and automakers were the most affected. Many consumers now looked for smaller, more fuel-efficient cars, and by 1974, Ferruccio sold his remaining 49% to another businessman, René Leimer. With that, Lamborghini exited the automobile industry and retired to manage his other businesses. In 1974, Lamborghini retired to a 740-acre estate named La Fiorita, close to Lake Trasimeno in Castiglione del Lago, a town in central Italy. And like his family before him, Ferruccio now concerned himself with winemaking and hunting, although he continued to manage some of his businesses. On the 5th of February, 1993, Ferruccio suffered a heart attack and was rushed to Silvestrini Hospital in Perugia. He died 2 weeks later at the age of 76, just 2 months before his birthday. Unlike other great men, Ferruccio never set out to be great. Neither was he extremely ambitious. What set him apart, and indeed what made him special, was his pursuit of excellence in whatever he did. Just like when he worked hard at fixing his father's tractors or to fixing vehicles at the army, Ferruccio had one simple aim in whatever he did: to strive for excellence. When he opened a tractor business, his aim wasn't wealth, but rather to make tractors that would help with Italy's agricultural revitalization. But his passion for doing excellent work soon made him one of the best tractor makers in Italy, and also one of Italy's richest men. Likewise, when he opened the Automobili Ferruccio Lamborghini, his aim was to show Ferrari what a quality sports car should be. But his work ethic again led him to set a new standard for high-performance sports cars. Ferruccio is a testament to what a person can achieve if they focus on pursuing excellence. For more inspirational stories from successful leaders like Ferruccio, smash the like button and subscribe.